Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We are
Aloha.
back on. This is the intellectual inspiration. You know what I mean? Intellectual inspiration episode 2. You know what I mean? I got Ruby Doll in the building. I got Smitty in the building. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, let me take a quick pause for the cause. Salute to the homie Von Eric. You know what I mean? Salute to our music curator Von Eric. Blessing and shalom all to you as well. Also salute to Sly TV and Cut Management Inc. Salute, salute. Thank you for supporting. You know what I mean? Oh, Lord have mercy. You know what I mean? So Ruby Doll has some questions for us. You know what I mean? Based on, us being inspired and things of that nature. So we're just gonna get into it. So Ruby Doll, what's going on? Smitty, what's going on? Talk to us, family.
Give me a second. I'm almost ready. But go ahead, rock out, rock out.
It's so rude. Your face. Uh, So I'm here, sister, and he means a lot to me. But
Hold
I
on, baby. You breaking up. You breaking up.
Your
You
mic is
breaking
going
up.
in and out, family.
can you hear me okay?
Now I can hear you, yes.
Okay. So I just wanted to let y'all know that I have my sister in the house. We can call her Nene. And so I just wanted to say thank you very much, Mr. Best, for this opportunity for us to build. I'm very much in the mood for building. Let's just say that. My bad. I forgot that we
No, no,
had.
no. Same here, same here. I'm with you, family. I'm with you.
Okay. I just forgot that you guys wanted to be. The goal was to be more involved this episode, right? And so
Yeah, because you said you got some questions, so I want to know what these questions are. I'm ready.
we're gonna get to the questions. Is there anything? Well, is there anything healthy that you incorporated into your life this past week?
Anything healthy I incorporated? I would say getting more sleep. You
Oh,
know what I
that's a
mean? Definitely getting more sleep,
that
and
is a
definitely
really
doing
good.
my exercises and all that. So yeah, that would be something that I definitely incorporated into my life for real, for real.
Okay, I like that. I need sleep so badly that when I don't get it, I'm just like a baby. I'm a child, you know. Oh, thank you, sis. My bad. And so, anyways, okay, something healthy that I incorporated this past week was putting castor oil, black castor oil, on my belly button for women who have I would say ish like let's say challenges in your digestive area and in your maybe your reproductive area. I think it's really vital to encourage like holistic practices, and it's just something that I learned, and I figured why not, and it makes sense. And so uh, I like that, and I like that it's not an expensive thing, and it's not a you know um, what else? What else have you, sis? What have you incorporated in a healthy practice this week? Boom. She ain't lying about that. I came over here hella hungry, and she was, doing her thing, so I didn't want to be too tempting. Um, I like fasting only because I think it's a personal thing. So it's like it's not like you guys should all fast or anything like that. It's like why do you choose to fast is a personal question, right? More like it. Okay, I like that. There's also added health benefits, spiritual benefits. Um, very good. So, Mr. Best, do you have any questions for us?
No, I'm letting you kind of drive this because you said you had some stuff for me, so I'm ready for it. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's anything out of the ordinary. I think you picked a very interesting subject, which I'm curious to know why you chose to speak about success and success and blessed, right? Is that the answer? I mean, is that the question? Am I close?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
what's the difference?
Blessings versus success.
Okay. What is your verse? Or Ramses? Is both not one and the same? Nene is asking if both are one and the same.
I mean, they can be at times, but sometimes it could be a separation. And do we know when that separation occurs? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we know when the separation between being blessed and being successful? You know what I mean? Do we know that at times it could be a separation? You know what I mean? Can we see that separation, and are we able to identify it like in our lives and in the lives of others that we're connected to? You know what I mean? Whether it's our coworkers, our family, friends, whoever, are we able to see that and like point it out? You know what I mean? Or do we think it's one and the same? Because some people believe it's one and the same, and if they believe that, it's cool. But you know what I mean? I think it's a separation at times. Sometimes, not all the times.
Okay, so the perspective of the person would have to be the factor here, right? Whether someone considers themselves successful or blessed, or
Yes,
what?
or they may think that they may think that it's one and the same, right? So they may think that if they're successful, that they're automatically blessed. You know what I mean? So, but I think that sometimes it could be, but sometimes it's not.
Okay, so I think one thing that we can, I guess, suggest is that the definition of what success is and what the definition of what blessed is to each individual person would be important, right? And I'm just talking this out with you. I'm not saying I know anything. I think it's so. I think it could also be from a standpoint of being like, okay, a person who thinks on on the lines of blessed, they're more like, okay, this is from a divine source that I'm getting this from. It's not like I'm so successful because of my own personal efforts, right? So there's like a difference there, I think. If we have to think of one, what do you think, sis? What is your take on that? Yeah. All right. So you think one is the same, and that's it's like that uh, it's all about your perception.
Your mic
And
was
your
breaking up a little bit.
Hey fam, can you hear me okay?
Okay, yeah, you back now. Yeah,
Okay,
you back. You
so
back now. I can hear you.
all right, cool. You know, I was talking to somebody about like the benefits of AI, this artificial intelligence craze, I would say that we're going through. And the way that I understand it is, I don't understand it at all. That's the thing. I'm just thinking from like a capitalist point of view, just to think of something like just a random thought, right? So, from a capitalist point of view, I had asked myself that question like, if I could create an AI that was like a Ruby AI, right? Where you could, whoever wanted to subscribe to this service could put me in that pocket, right? First of all, how much money would it take to make that? I don't even want to know. But I'm just thinking, it just couldn't help but think about the possibilities, right? And then also thinking about how behind I might be to some of these ideas. So, Mr. Best, if you were to be an app that everybody had access to, what would be two main components that you would provide?
um, if I could be an app, what would I provide? Well, I'll provide. I would say food. Um, and I'll provide like shelter and resources to people. You know what I mean? So it would be like a community center type of app where I'm able to help and reach out and give the people for those who are in need. So that's what my app would be a part of.
Oh, wow. We got the community leadership here going on. That's what's up. That's actually really noble of you. So, like a basic needs app is what you're saying. like a basic needs app that will
Mm-hmm.
somebody needs groceries or something, and you
Yeah,
would provide that like a DoorDash situation.
exactly. Yep, yep,
Okay,
yep.
okay. I feel it. I feel it. If there were to be like a Ruby doll app, I think it would be a like instant positive affirmations. I made a post the other day totally making fun of this concept, but I'm seriously, if I had to think of something like an app, right, where someone could just plug in and they could get a sense of like my personality, it would have to be definitely a positive affirmations. Like you get these random like messages on your phone telling you how dope you are. And then I think the other thing that this app would provide would be like a cyber hug, like whoever like needs one. So we need some like VR help. You know what I mean? Like put your arms out. Do you feel that?
Oh my gosh.
What y'all saying in the comments over here? What kind of app would you? What kind of services would you provide? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I would love to know what kind of apps they would provide as well. You know what I'm saying?
Now I
I don't
just
know if
gave
Smitty
y'all
is back
two.
yet. We need to see if Smitty come back and see what his answer is as well.
I'm sitting
I
right here.
mean,
Okay, you back? You back? Okay,
so
okay.
what's up, Smitty? What's your app gonna be providing?
What would I do for an app?
Like if there was an app that could embody Smitty's spirit and personality for the world to plug into whenever they needed to, what would that look like? What are two components that you, or two services you would offer?
Well, if you're saying as far as what fits me, I would probably have to say survival. Kind of like what Soap is saying, but like a quick and what to do in certain instances. That would be an app that I would provide. So you can download the app. Say you're in a place and you have no service. You can you can have like I guess like a folder where you can save certain questions. So if you're going out hunting and if there's certain things you want to know, you can have these things within your folder that can help you. I think one thing that's overlooked a lot with us is survival, like just knowing basic things in life outside of things that's pushing buttons. I do recognize technology is the world that we're in, and I don't take away from that. I just have more so of an outlook of I know for a fact that it's only one way it can go if everything was to go downhill, and that's the world can shut down technology wise, right? Like off the grid.
Right.
And then we can, yeah, and then we can go right back to a more primitive state of living. A lot of people wouldn't make it. I don't see all of nature going away and we're left with buttons because I believe if all the nature left, we wouldn't be here as well. So, I do see, yeah, I do see the benefits and just not forgetting. Like, I mean, I look at it like that fire extinguisher in most homes and or buildings. Like, we don't ever like maybe say want to have to use that, right? But if you need it, it's there. So that's all I got for right now. But I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
No, that was dope. That actually makes absolute sense. Like even for let's say somebody who needed to know how to fix a tire, you know, maybe it doesn't even if just basic life needs. In fact, there was a YouTuber who his whole theme was teaching basic skills like how to change a tire. I think he started off by fix a toilet, and I think he started off by providing this service for his daughter, like making videos for her. And so my whole point in saying that is because we got to talking about perception and what does perception mean and how success can mean something totally different for someone else. And then my mind just started to wander as it does. And hence that question. I think I have a question for you guys. This is something that I had experienced very recently. Somebody asked me for, let's say, something inappropriate, right? Where it's not like it's against the law, you know what I mean? But, oh, I'm sorry. I'm in a area where there's a lot going on. So anyway, someone asked me for something and I had to stop and think about it because I was like, you've never had a problem with doing this before, right? I didn't have a problem with doing this before. In fact, it's like almost nothing, sad or not, right? But I was like, what has changed in me that I'm not okay with doing this anymore, right? And I think we've asked ourselves that question before. But I think the difference is number one, I feel like like me as a person, I look at it like a stock, right? That you invest in. We have things that we invest in like Coca-Cola, whatever. So this stock called Ruby, that shit's going up. Okay. It used to be 99 cents. Now it's $99 a stock, right? And so I say that with so much love, of course, and just like, I think it's I'm really celebrating that in myself. And to me, that's success. Have I lost you?
No, I'm just listening. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the questions. Just keep going. Rock out. Do your thing.
Not a question, but just like just sharing you guys something about that. So like, do you guys have an instance where you like just made yourself really proud and you didn't necessarily have to share it, but it was just like, it seems simple, but it made you so proud?
I've seen too many things in my life that has made me proud. I think as many times as I've seen some very depressing, horrendous, and horrific things, I think I can honestly say I've seen a lot more good than evil or bad. I don't even know where to start with things I've seen that I've been proud.
You know what? It's actually not your fault because I asked it. I didn't ask the question properly. So let me rephrase
that. Take your time.
Is there anything recently, like in the past month, that you've noticed about yourself where you're like, damn, I'm really doing a freaking amazing job. Like I'm killing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think we don't tend to brag about ourselves very much, especially those of us that might be in leadership roles or whatever. But I think it's kind of good to be like, yo, I'm really proud that I did this, you know?
I guess I could say I'm really proud of myself I'm proud of myself for not losing it, after my accident. I guess I could say. I'm only going with the words that people tell me, is that I'm very resilient, things of that nature. So if I had to, I would definitely say me being able to remain focused and not only keep myself going, but I've heard many times people tell me that I have inspired them, and I'm gonna be real with you. That is probably the best form of flattering outside of any you're cute, handsome, like your car, any of that type shit. To know that I was able to move somebody, maybe shake them up a little bit to look at life in uh, different angles of perspectives, and then come to your own conclusion. To me, that's a great joy. So I would have to say for my whole accident situation, that's probably what it is for me. But I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Smitty, I really love listening to you. You're you helped me. You helped me see a shift, and I can really appreciate that. So like as comfortable as I am with myself and my journey, like I clearly am not going to know everything. And so I think that's why these spaces are so sacred to me. Even if I'm someone's just like so left field in my judgment and in my perspective or whatever, y'all know what I'm talking about because I have a podcast called Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana, and we're not all gonna be on the same page. Not everybody smokes weed. Not everybody is sexually active or likes to talk about that. And not, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on and on. But if somebody with a totally different lens is like speaking on their experience and it's an authentic and it's something that I can pull from, those are gems. Those are the intangible things. I really like the person that I am today just because I feel like I'm taking myself seriously. So it's like this person. I'm trying to look at myself from like a outside. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole wraparound thing. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I'm butchering it. What about you, Mr. Best? Is there anything that you're absolutely proud of that you've done in the last month that you can share?
Mm. Um, I've basically I've not sold my soul in order to make money, and that's been that was always a challenge for me to not just bend economically to the whims of other people or even to the whims of what I believe is successful, right? So I've got to the point where career wise, I want to do things that are beneficial and that are helpful and that are helpful for myself and my community and my family. So that's where that's been a big growth because before I would just take the money and run, literally, like I wouldn't even think about that. Like I'm like they paying me what? I'm there. You know what I mean? But as I've gotten older and I'm mature now, it's a lot different for me. You know what I mean? So um, yeah, definitely more love. I'm never selling my soul. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. You already know. You know what I mean? And salute to you. Salute to Mo Love. I
What's
see you
up,
in the building.
everybody? What's up, Mo
Also, salute
Love?
to Ricky Webster. What's
What's
going
up,
on,
Ricky
Rick? What's good,
Webster?
bro? You know what I mean? Also, salute to 100 Watts.
100
I see you in the
watts.
building.
Yeah.
Watch if you can come through, man. Come through. You know, shine a light on us. Also, salute to Zyrex. What's going on, Zyrex? What's going on? Salute to you. You know what I mean? Definitely support knowledge and relationships in their quest. You know what I mean? To get to 4,000 subs. You know, we are a family, so support the whole family, man. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody there. You know, and then definitely more love, as Smitty said, much love and respect to you. You know what I mean? Definitely. What's good, Rick? What's going on, man? You know
What's
what I
up,
mean?
you
So
guys?
yeah,
We're
everybody chiming
so
in. Come on
happy.
through.
Yeah, we're happy to share with you our inspiration and our perceptions on what success is. And I think what's so fascinating is if we can tie it just to the intangible things, right? The value base. I really feel that way. So if anyone wants to share something that you've done within the last week, month that you're really proud of yourself, in which you want to pat yourself on the back, like share it, y'all. You might inspire us to do something good. Um,
You know, my
another,
thing with the proud thing. I don't know. Maybe this is just me. Um, I'm aware of, I guess you can say, having a good meal at certain checkpoints in your life. But like, I have like such bigger goals that I want to get to, right? Accomplish. I believe it or not, I try not to focus too much on being proud of myself, but I never put myself down. And the reason why I'm saying this is because now I'm just speaking for Smitty, right? I know me. I'm the type of person, I'll make a small improvement on something, right? before me will make a small improvement on something, go off and celebrate, and don't continue the mission. Thus, never gets completed, right? So, as far as like being proud of myself, I would say that's like more so something of that's more internal. That's something I hold more so within me. I do notice, I recognize, I see, I peep because I'm a person who pays attention, right? And the person that pays attention cashes the check, as I would say. So
Boom.
you know, my whole thing is it's more about keeping a modest mind frame and what you would consider to be progress and or success. I even recognize it a lot with people in society. You know, us as people generally, we will make strides and we will do something towards a goal. We will not complete said goal, and then we'll turn around and, you know, speak about it as if we found land when we're still, you know, out there in the ocean on that ship. So that's all I wanted to say on that. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
I feel it. And also that too is like perception. Like patting yourself on the back could be simply like, hey, Ruby, I really appreciate you sticking it through this month. Like that was some effed up shit that happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like I talk to myself like that because I I I love talking to my family with love and respect, you know, because I figure it would piss me off when I was growing up and I didn't know why certain adults around me were nice to the people at church and mean to me when we got home. Like it just didn't make sense. And why other people were held at such high esteem when it was like, we see each other every day. And I didn't understand that as a kid, and I don't ever think I will understand that. So my whole point in saying that is like, if I'm gonna be speaking loving words into my children and to my sister and my family, then I better as hell do it to myself. And it doesn't mean that I have to glorify myself or give myself some kind of award, or you know what I'm saying, or talk about my accomplishments at all. It doesn't mean that at all. It's just it's kind of like a prayer, like as if you would pray to like your ancestors or to God saying, I need this. You know, I think it's in that same, um, I would say that same energy almost, where you're just like, that's a conversation that no one else needs to know about, you know?
Ruby, let me ask you a question. What, like, because what I recognize with people, apparently, this word is extremely subjective from individual to individual. What is, like, I want you to describe to me, and I don't just mean like from a man intimately, just the organic aspect of it. When you see love, what does it look like? Because I notice everybody's definition of it is different. What does love look like to you?
It's,
Wow.
what do you mean? What? Because the question is so amazing.
Yeah, and I know you about to go there.
Oh no! I'm just trying to dig a little bit. Well, it's unconditional, and it wants to serve without receiving anything in return. It's a feeling that feels like that.
So like, you know, when you were saying, like, you know, when you speak loving words, do you believe a person can see love through words?
Possibly. I think somebody can manifest and receive love in several ways. That's just one of the ways I love to give it. What's up, everybody? Love to me is always
Thank you for that.
assured. You know, and then well, I feel like there's an agape love, that's a brotherly type of love. You know, there's an intimate love. You know, there's a, you know, so there's also, I think, degrees. You know, I used to love my wife very much, and now she's a stranger, you know, but I have love for her as a general person walking on the earth, you know, type shit. Does anybody have any feedback on that or have an experience about that? Okay,
All
well,
right.
you know,
I would
that
say,
was a
I would
really tough
say,
shit.
I would say more than anything, right? Again, this is just Smitty. Love. It's two words, not the word itself, but in my book, the definition. Love is two words: consistent action. Um, you know, I speak about it a lot. How more so now it's just my view. Love is more so shown than spoken. I really do live by my father's code now. I kind of found myself just sunk into it, and that is, I would rather show you I love you every day and never tell you. I would rather show you I love you every day and never tell you, as opposed to tell you I love you every day and never show you. Now, of course, I know,
Boom.
ladies, I'm really, really hip. Y'all gonna say, well, why can't you just show it and say it? I get it. I know. I know. You want the moon and the stars. I got you. But what I'm saying is, it's like, more than anything, I do believe that the word love, and I'm not saying this to you, Ruby. I'm just saying in general, just what I'm hearing, was kind of thrown around like it's I can just kind of say this, and as long as I like sound like it's enough feeling behind it, and as long as my facial expression's right, I send the right emojis back: heart, cake, sunshine, white dove, cloud, moon, you know, then everything should be good. And it's like, I think that we really forget that more than anything, you actually show a person. You have to physically show a person love. Let me hit the speaker. There you go.
Oh, word up. No, you're right. And
So,
that's why I believe in
that's all
service.
I wanted to say. But I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
I love that. Y'all getting this love over here. This just kidding. Uh, I'm talking to everybody. I'm just I like to live in my childlike state. And it's gotten me in trouble a lot. Like, for instance, my family calls me like careless. They say that I could be, head in the clouds, which they're not wrong about at all. I'm not dissing them. They know me more than anything. But what I also can say is, like, a lot of that is intentional. Um, Not when it gets me in trouble, though. I don't think anyone literally wants to get in trouble, but I think that you have to, like, not take things so seriously all the time. And maybe that's just a formula for me. And so, do you guys have any advice for, like, a woman who is thriving in loving on herself? Let's say she's single, but she's loving it. She may have feelings for somebody very deeply, um, but she doesn't want to rush. You know what I'm saying? So, what should this woman do besides, like, be the best that she can be right now?
So you go first, bro.
Hey man, I'm out. I would no no. I would say that in any aspects of, like, whether you're single or you're married, you should always have that mindset. You know what I mean? So we should always have that mindset to be striving to be our best and to be striving to, do our best. But I think society, if you're single or married, they start putting labels on you, right? So if you're a married woman, I mean, if you're a single woman, it's like, well, why you not married yet, right? Or why you don't have this yet? Why you not this yet, right? And if you're married, it's like, well, if you're married, you should already be stable, right? Why are you doing this and why are you doing that? Like, if you're married, then everything should be this way and that way, right? So no matter what side of the fence you're on, people are gonna label you, whether it's good or bad, right? So My thing is that don't even live by anybody's definition. You gotta live by your own definition. And my thing is this: no matter what decision you make, you have to be willing to live with the results. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing, you know. Okay, I think I'm coming back. All right, I'm back. So yeah, no matter what you choose, just be willing to live with the results, and be willing to live with the outcomes. And if you are, then that's the best thing, because now you're living free. You know what I'm saying? Now you living your best. You're living your best life, so called, as they say. Even though I don't really like that term that much, but I don't like no popular terms. I know that. But that is essentially what you're doing. As always, y'all, the link is pinned in the chat if you would like to come up and express yourself. All right, respectfully. All right. Know what I mean? If you would like to share anything, come on through. Oh, we got somebody coming on through already. Got the OG in the building. Rufus Shoe. What's good, OG?
What's up, Rufus?
Behave yourself,
What's
nigga.
going on? What's up?
All right, so let me go ahead and get this piece in so we can leave it on.
What's up? What's up?
All right, my perspective, you know me, I'm kind of bad cop, Soap is good cop. So my whole thing is this, right? Like, all right, a woman loving herself. Now, first of all, I believe that any human who is not totally beat down and just shattered by life, everybody should have love for themselves, as in you do for yourselves. You provide yourself with actions like taking care of your hygiene, as we spoke yesterday. Sometimes just making sure you get away and maybe just kind of get somewhere that you can enjoy, relax, and also making sure that you take care of business and work so that you can relax, right? But where I'm getting to is this. I noticed something with the women of today and the women of yesterday. Women of yesterday, actually, from what I know, kinda, I guess you can say, had less, as far as there weren't as many moms working. You had some that did, and then you had still a whole lot that were stay-home mothers, right? You have a lot of grandmas, definitely. I know a lot of us know the whole grandma situation where grandma probably stay home, granddad work. My point is this. I don't ever remember no woman of yesterday talking about living their best life and or loving on them. I believe that is something that has developed because there are a lot of women nowadays who are extremely selfish, and they have to say that shit to themselves to give themselves some affirmation that at least somebody loves them, because they know they not right now have the capacity to give that love to anybody else. The reason why I've never heard my mother, aunt, or grandmother ever say none of these phrases and quotes is because it's a whole family loving them. So they never really had to say it. They show it in keeping up with themselves. The main thing that I look at when I know a person loves themselves is their appearance. How well do you take care of yourself? That's like the first number one key. But I really have noticed that it's a lot of this going on. I don't ever remember just go back. Listen, we got to go that far. Go 15 years back. I didn't hear it. Just didn't hear that shit. So I'm not ragging on the ladies. I don't want you to think that, I'm trying to shit on your parade or nothing. I get it. I get the concept and the idea behind the quotes. I 100% I do. Especially as somebody, I've had my bouts of depression and had to, figure some things out in my head. I get it. You got to talk to yourself. You have to give yourself that affirmation. But one thing that I'm saying is that I do recognize that a lot of this does stem from the simple fact that when you don't want to give that love, it's very real. The universe will say, okay, all right, cool. Seasons are going to change. Days are going to go by, hours, minutes, and all of that. It's going to keep on going. You'll just be where you are, or you'll be wherever you go. Now, if you choose to go into a place that is what we would consider holy matrimony or monogamy, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be a certain amount of you that has to come out. I don't ever think about saying loving on me, because even though I don't have a whole lot of people in my life, I give to the point where it comes, like Soapatay last night. I got about 8, 9, 10 gifts. I don't know where they came from. I still haven't opened them yet. I don't know where they came from. I had about 9 wrapped up, looked like Christmas gifts on my step. No name on it.
You know where they came from.
No, I swear on life I don't. I'm not trolling right now, dog. I swear I don't. I do not know who gave me those. But my point is, I'm only saying that to say, I know what it's like to be selfish in life, and I remember when I was in a very, very dark, quiet, lonely place to myself. Nobody pulled me out that corner. I had to come out of that myself. I had to say to myself, if I want different, I have to what? Do different. But with that being said, I ain't gonna hold it up. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
Thank you, guys. You know, the question is kind of vague, but I was asking the gentleman what their advice would be for a woman who basks pretty much in her solitude. I didn't give you guys enough history behind the question either. Yes, I was asking for myself. And so this woman who's basking in her solitude, but open to the fact of what should she be doing now to prepare for her next relationship was a question. We got some viable answers here. Does anybody want to add to that? And let's not make it about just the women, just, thank you.
Yeah, I got something to add to that. Yeah, first of all, let's get it right. Hello to the panel. What's up, M3?
What's up, Ruthless Truth?
Oh, the first thing we can start work on is not being combative, right? Right? Work on your attitude, right? Being a team player, right? Being selfless, right? You ain't got to worry about loving yourself, right? If you got a partner involved, you got to love him. And that love, men take love, the way we look at love is respect, right? Respect goes a long way with men. Yeah, don't overtalk. Don't be bugging. Don't let the man, the man's a leader, fall back. Yeah, fall back and be in your femininity, right? So these are just excellent advice, right? See, the thing about women, they don't have to do much. They don't have to do much because men, we already built. Once we find a woman we want or women that we want, we are already going to do. We're going to put our best foot forward. But that what we want back in reciprocation is cooperation without negotiations. And that respect is what we thrive in. When we get that respect, and that gives us that fortitude in this relationship to move forward in a productive manner. So as a woman, when you look in the mirror, you need to ask yourself, if I get with this guy, am I going to be submissive? Am I going to be feminine? Am I not going to question him every step of the way? Yeah, I can give a few opinions. I can share my thoughts, but I'm going to let him make the final call, right? Do I need to be heard all the time? Sometimes should I just be silent and just sit back and enjoy the show? So these are the things that are successful, and these are what men we love, right? When our woman just sometimes just shut up, right, and let us do what we do, and then we're gonna reward her, and then by this, she's gonna benefit from our greatness, right?
Ruthless. Do we just tell the women to shut up and listen to what I say? Or hold on, Ruthless, let me just ask and you rock out. Because I know how you are, nigga. Do we just tell the women to shut up and listen to what we say? Or do we take time to at least try to demonstrate and explain to them why what we're about to do and to get them a little more comfortable as to what's about to happen? So at least like, hey, babe, and I'm speaking about this more so on long-term and marriage more so. This is my wife or what have you. I mean, would I not want to at least, hey, babe, when we move or what have you, on this big move we're about to do, I think we should do it this way. Why? And then I show her the information I looked up. I give her all of the resources I've looked into, and then we both collectively sit down and we come to this agreement together. I do recognize that men are, yes, we are the leader.
Or are you giving us a sortation?
Well, no, I just know that a good woman is of good counsel. That's it.
Yeah, I'm saying, are you giving a question or are you a sortation?
Yeah, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Now, I had to get that little soliloquy so you can understand where I'm at with it. So I'm saying, do we just tell them to shut up and listen to what I have to say, or do we break down the plans with them? Because I mean, we do say that as our, I don't know, partner, companion, what have you.
Great. I'm not a C student like that. I can understand the question. So this is let me tell you something. And this is where us men are losing this battle, right? Because as long as you
3 minutes, Rufus.
You keep cutting in. I'm gonna be here forever. So as long as you try to acquiesce to her feelings and her emotions, right? You will forever be chasing the goalpost. But to be frank, we just want our women to already understand, right? Because we're not trying to build a bear, right? We want us women to already understand that when to be quiet and when to talk, when to be obese and when to abound. We don't need to tell. Yeah, I might not tell her just shut the fuck up. No, but I might say, okay, I need you right now to step back. I got this. So I don't need her to try to challenge me in a 50-50. Well, I'm this. No, I don't need that because I'm the leader of this household. So bottom line, women, if you want to be on a man's program, you want to get with a man and enjoy the fruits of having someone to come home to and to share the experience, you have to be ready to be submissive, feminine, right? You have to be ready to be respectful at all times of the procedure, not just when you want to be. All times you need to be respectful, right? And you got to understand your man gonna be your man regardless of how you try to force things. Just kick back, enjoy the show, right? And you will reap the benefits of his greatness. And I land the plane.
All right, I'm taking a quick call for the.
Thank you for that. Appreciate you.
So let me give a shout out to people that's on the check-in. All right. Unfortunately, yes, some of you have been blocked, and it is what it is. Please respect my chat, or I automatically block down and ban. I don't even explain anymore. Okay. Now, you know what I mean? Salute to Marcus. I see you in the building, Marcus. Let me try to find my man Marcus. Where he at? Marcus, I do see you up in here. Oh, there you go. Salute to Marcus. Also salute, you know what I mean, to the homie Stan Joseph. I see you in the building as well. Good morning to you, Stan. What's going on?
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up, Stan?
You know what I mean? Also salute to if somebody else that checked in. The Bottom Line News. Salute. Thank you for checking in. You know what I mean? Thank you for your comments and all that as well. You know what I mean? But yes, we're gonna continue to keep it moving because we gotta get to my brother M3. But yeah, go ahead, Ruby.
Oh no, go ahead, M3. And then I'm gonna explain why I asked that question so we can do a turnaround on this.
Guys, give me about 1 minute. I'm just switching to my laptop.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Yes, sir.
So these three, Ruby, feminine, submissive, and respectful. There's your blueprint right there.
Hey, you know what? Right now, we're very appreciative of just all the data that we're collecting. And then we're going to crunch the numbers, analyze, and, give another opinion about that. But I appreciate all of it. I asked for it, and y'all gave it. So what's up, M3?
What's up, Ruby? How you doing? And
fantastic.
Thank you. Salute to Smitty, Ruthless Truth, Mr. Best in the world. All right, I know I came nothing much, man. No, I came late to the game on this one, but one of you guys was making like a point, right? And I know you guys was talking about men and women type of relationships, so I guess I'm gonna have to put my 2 cents into it. Mr. Best, remember, I don't know if this was like a live stream we did, but it was a quote that you made. And I will never forget that famous quote that you made. And the quote that you made, okay?
Watch who you lay with, watch who you stay with.
No, not even that. Okay. Your quote basically was, submissive women always
Oh
win.
yeah. Oh yeah. Woo! Submissive women always win. Always win.
Exactly. Look, man, I'm gonna keep it simple to you guys, man. Okay. For all the ladies, because the question, the answer, no, the question was about like solitude or whatever. Look, man, ain't no woman or man have to really go through any solitude if you know your role. Okay. Now, of course, people are gonna give me some backlash because I said submissive women. So no, I'm not talking about slave women. I'm not talking about you gotta bring your ass down and clean the kitchen and all that 1970s type of stuff or 50s type of stuff. No, I'm talking about having the best attitude, the best will to give to a man. When you have that type of attitude, look, I could tell y'all stories after more stories. Okay, you have some women, right, that they are just so naturally friendly. Okay, that friendliness exudes, and when a man see that, that man is going to do his best to jump on that. Okay, that man will pretty much feel like he's a lucky man to be around with a woman whose attitude is so pleasant. It's your attitude first. Yes, I mean, of course, like looks, and I mean, we had a stream about washing your ass and all that. That stuff counts as well too. But the main thing to retain that man, okay, to keep him, is your attitude. All that other stuff is attraction. Yeah, y'all good at attracting men, but let's really talk about why y'all can't keep a man. And it's the attitude. If you have a really messed up attitude, you can't keep that man. No matter how good you look, no matter how good you smell, you'll just be considered as an object. And that's what a man will label you as. But when you have a good attitude, along with that good, fine, smell good, the beauty, the inner beauty is matching with the outer beauty, dude, any man will be ready to wife you up. Now for the men, this gonna be really simple, okay? Because we like simplicity. Let's stop being a bitch, okay? Stop acting like a female. That's it. A lot of you dudes are bitch made, and that's the problem. You guys inherit a lot of female traits. I don't care if you got it from a single mother. I don't even care if you got it from a beta male daddy. Okay, you need to fix that, and that's the problem with you. Hold on, matter of fact, I'm tripping. Hold on. There we go. Okay, now I feel like I'm myself. You motherfuckers gotta fix yourselves, man. That's what it is. That's what the fuck your problem is. You don't want to put the work into it. And then there's no wonder you guys bitch, moan, and complain about it. I'm talking for the men and the women. Stop with the attitude. Stop feeling like you're entitled. Stop feeling like people owe you shit. Because nobody owe you a goddamn thing. But you know what you could owe to yourself? To be the best person that you can be. To be the best wife material that you can be. But everybody feel like you gotta be like a slut. You gotta show off that fake ass Instagram booty to get somebody. Ain't no dude gonna take you seriously. So let's cut the bullshit off. And as for the man, come on, man. If you're not walking in your frame, if you're not really like being like the best man you can, if you're not even taking care of your responsibilities, like simple shit. And again, you motherfuckers can't even wash your asses. Don't even have a conversation with me. Steve.
Okay, respect. Appreciate that. Number 3. I want to ask this question actually. Once love is given, once love is shown, and once you know that you have given your absolute all to this person, and they betray your trust, is that redeemable? Is it redeemable for a person who you have looked at for so long to now shatter everything that you've ever viewed them as? Is that recoverable, or is the best solution to just part ways? Uh, let's go ahead. Let's get to Ruthless first on that one, and then we'll go to Ruby, M3, and Soap. So, Ruthless, what you got? I digress. My mic is muted.
Can you repeat that one more time, please?
This nigga here. Okay. If you have seen, all right, somebody who you love dearly, you have put your all into this person, and they shatter everything that you ever viewed them as because they betrayed your trust. When a person betrays your trust after you've given them your all, and that's everybody's own category, are they redeemable? Is that recoverable, or is it best to just part ways?
It's recoverable. It's recoverable because, I mean, it all depends on your mindset as well. And if you're thinking that, this ride was going to be an easy ride, on the freeway, no traffic, no bumps in the road, no nothing wrong, then you are delusional, right? For delusional people who think of delusional things, this might be a deal breaker, right? But for one who is built for this, right? Like a king, a true king, right? Who's built for this journey, right? Because when you're in building with someone, it's not only a relationship, it's also a journey. And in this journey, we're going to have a little few bumps, some big, some small, some traffic jams, some accidents, but we're going to fight through it all. So yeah, if my woman does something that's a little, maybe more than what I would hope for, I definitely have to wear it out, and I will give her the luxury to fix it, put it in perspective where, okay, we're going to get better at this. Now, and that is what I will give her, because I'm built for the bumps in the road. I'm already anticipating. I'm already in my bag, in my mindset, right? This is not a fairy tale. This is real life. And I'm dealing with people with flaws, people with different things about them, right? So I'm definitely going to give them, every opportunity to roll this journey with me, okay? As long as they like to stay. But what I'm saying to us people out here, right? If this journey is too much for you, right, then I would suggest that you don't even start the journey with no one. Just go ahead and get you a Rottweiler, and some Captain Crunch. And watch Netflix every night.
Well, why not a Toy Terrier? Why a Rottweiler?
Oh, whatever. I'll just throw one out there, right? I'm just saying whatever.
Oh, okay.
The bottom line is, if me as a man, if I'm going on a journey, this woman that I'm going on this journey with, I'm already have the capacity to forgive and to move on. I have the capacity to deal with rough situations. This is what I'm built for. A soldier mentality. I'm not just going to give up because everything didn't go my way or things didn't go like I thought it should go, right? As long as she's a willing participant to thrive in our weaknesses, to get better as a couple, then I'm all for the growth and the prosperity of a great journey. I digress.
All right. Ruby, it's on you. It's on you, my dear.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
As with everything we've been talking about, it's also
hold on, everybody. Everybody, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just want to take a quick pause for the cause, right? Give a shout out to our family, Miss Polly. Hey, Miss Polly, what's going on?
What's up, Miss Polly? With your sexy ass.
Hello?
All respect, of course.
No offense taken over here.
Go ahead, Ruby.
Oh yeah, thank you. I was just saying, as with everything we've been talking about, it's all subjective, and so it depends on what that motherfucker did. No, I'm just kidding. It depends on the circumstances, because I'll tell you what. I've been married twice. Let's just say that one of them I have well wishes for, just because it's like, the circumstances were not heinous. I'll just leave that to that. And so, as much as I love somebody, I can very much hate them as well with such intensity. You know what I'm saying? I had to stop being so mad. That was part of my, I would say, my solo dolo journey, right? But it's not that way today because there's just been a lot of, like, I guess, praying and divine intervention. Let's just say that. So I hope that answers that for you, Mr. Smitty, and everybody.
No. Your answer is your answer. It's everybody's answer is their answer. So whatever
you're
your
right. I
response
don't know
is,
why I'm pretending this is
right.
like a Zoom school thing. It's I'm just like,
man, just let that shit flow. Just talk. Just talk. We kicking the shit. Just talk. Don't make it so formal. That's the best thing to do. And I promise, everything will come to you from there. Just let it flow. Go ahead, M3. Anyway. Rock out.
What's up, Embrace the Grace? We're talking about, well, the subject matter was the difference of feeling successful versus feeling blessed, you know, and then we talked about, okay, what's your perception on that, right? And then everybody shared a little bit about what their perception is. And then we just kind of went into different questions, all relating to just like a dive into the mind about how subjective things could be. And then while we're here, I asked the gentleman, I said, okay, say I'm a woman that wants to eventually get into a relationship again. What should I be doing right now? And the thing is I'm asking that question just because I want to hear their perceptions. I basically, let's just say, like, I already know the answers to that. I already know the answer to what I'm asking you guys, because it is really like what we feel inside. And I think, so for example, Smitty also asked the question just now, like, if you really love somebody that was your everything and now they're not, like, do you think you could ever, like, get back to that, right? Is that the essence?
Hey, three.
I mean, you know, it's
drive quick. I'm grabbing my meds.
Yeah. It's a little different to that. Shout out to my man Alan in the building. Shout out. What's going on? Good to see you, brother. Glad you made it. No, I mean, you know, cause see, listen, this is the thing I'm asking ultimately when it comes to this, right? M3, you got up next, of course, and then we'll get over to my man Alan to respond. Yeah, respect. Because what I'm asking is, okay, to those who say you can you ever look at that person the same again? Can it get back to day one when you first met that person? But go ahead, M3, rock out, and then Alan, we'll get to you next. You'll be up next. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out.
I like that sub question that you just asked, Smitty, because the thing is, this is situational. Everybody's quick to say, like, yeah, you can repair a relationship, but if you can't really look at that person the same as you once looked into, then you have no relationship. Some things are just irreparable, but it's by choice. It's by choice of the person, how they view you, and their perception of you, and their final conclusion of you. So once they have that final conclusion of you, I mean, you may not get that second shot. And if you do try to repair something, okay, how long would it take to let your guard down and build that trust again? So that's all just in it.
Okay. All right. Good shit. I like that. Brother Allen, it is good to see you, brother. Long time no see. All right. Glad everybody's. Yeah, always, man. Always. So what you got for, man? You know, what you got? I know you've been listening.
Yeah, just, you know, to kind of chime in a little bit, you know, like I always say on my channel, you know, quarters, nickels, and dimes. You know, yeah,
Hey, real quick, and drop your channel in the chat. Drop your link. Y'all make sure y'all go over and subscribe to my man channel too. My man has awesome content. Go ahead, rock out, bro. You can drop your link in the chat.
I will in a second, but to chime off what the brother was just saying, M3, man, yeah, it's once the trust is broken, it's kind of hard to get that back at any point, you know. And I've heard the young lady also say, you know, about oh my goodness, it slipped my mind. I'm sorry. But basically about trust, man. Like, it's no relationship that you can have, whether it be business or personal or anything like that, that if the trust is gone, it's just gone, and you have to get rid of it. It's just like, you can't, nobody's wearing clothes that they used to wear in high school. You just can't. It's time to get rid of it. And by getting rid of things sometime also leads a better path in your life. It opens up doors for you. You hate to do it because you're still remembering what used to be. But what used to be is no longer, and it's time to move forward. And sometimes that's hard to do because you enjoyed what used to be and those memories and that time that you had with that individual, and those, especially in a relationship, that intimate time and moments and stuff like that when, they had your back and you had theirs and things like that. But it's man, once that trust is gone, it is over with. I don't suggest anybody try to fix anything that the trust is gone.
I just struggle with that because I believe in repentance. But
I'm sorry, Ruby. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. Black. Somebody's in the chat room. I'm sorry, in the back chat. Blackish, can you turn your camera on for just a quick second? Unless, do you know him, Smitty?
Hold on. I don't. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Let him up.
Okay,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. What's
Sorry,
up,
Ruby,
Rob?
go ahead.
we just didn't want to see any flying penises. That's why we had to confirm that. So thank you guys for doing your thing.
Nah, Rock okay start going off. Go ahead. But rock out now, Ruby. You wanted to go ahead and respond to what my man was saying. Go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all got a little bit.
No, I mean, like, I feel like, okay, and then again, like, trust. I fuck up a lot. Let's just say that. I've cheated, I've lied, and then when I was really sorry, I feel like I deserved a chance in that stuff. And I think that's what I mean about subjective. It's like, what are the circumstances? I'm not saying now, if you're asking, oh, am I gonna have googly eyes for this person in the same way? I don't think that's possible, even just being 5 years in. Like, it's not. Those things are just always going to be constantly evolving in some fashion. But I feel like if somebody wanted like a second chance in a sense, and the circumstances were where we all kind of messed up, you know what I'm saying? Then I think it's all subjective. That was all my point was. I wasn't saying that I was trying to like go day one with this person who had offended me in any way. What's up,
Ruby, would you work it out
Hi,
with that
beautiful.
period? Because I believe Alan is basically saying that person has to get you have to get rid of the whole thing, period. That's what I'm hearing.
Hi.
I apologize, Smitty. You were saying
You okay? Go ahead.
What did you say?
I was saying, I believe what my brother Alan is speaking on is saying you have to get rid of that entire situation entirety. You have to go ahead and trash the whole project. And from what I'm getting from you, you're saying it can be worked out. So, I mean, do you not even if you look at the person the same, but you can still be with a person who you have loved for very long and then they crush you. You can start that over.
Yeah, depending on what happened.
Okay. All right.
Now,
respect.
Check it out. Did this person kill my cat, or did this person go to?
We're talking about Let's just go with the typical cheating and/or y'all got accounts or something. They stole from you or something. You always trusted them money wise and body wise, and they betrayed. We'll go with that. Let's just go with that. No harming animals on YouTube. These people vicious.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. But I mean, like, there's unpardonable sins.
We love the kittens.
Yes, we do. So that's what I mean. I'm sorry to trigger. That was horrible. No, but like, no, for real. I do believe that. And I do believe that sometimes what was offensive to me in my 20s is not going to be offensive to me in my 40s.
Gee, I wonder why.
Alan, what you got for that?
I'm okay. I want to ask, of course, from a woman's perspective, because yeah, that does make sense. You know, that goes for both men and women. What you used to do in your 20s, of course, you don't do at an older age. You know, it was a lot that I used to do in my 20s and stuff like that. I wouldn't dare do none of that crap now. I'm talking about none of it. You know, I've gotten rid of those type of people. I don't even hang around, you know, in those type of areas or anything like that anymore. So I can understand that. But when it's a intimate relationship, and I get where you're coming from too, depending on what happened, sometimes it can be saved, and then sometimes it just shouldn't be saved. It's kind of weird nowadays because we live in a different day and time where people are thinking different and things like that. You know, infidelity means different things nowadays than what it used to mean back in the day, and a lot of things. But it does. I could see your point on that. Some things you can probably work on and get over in a relationship. But there are some things that if the button just got pushed like that, it's just like a nuclear button, and it's just no way you can pull that missile back.
Definitely. This is amazing. Does anybody, who's next? Who else has something else? I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're going over to Rock, and then we're going to get to, I believe that's Cyrax, if I'm saying it right. If I butchered that, forgive me. But we're going to go to Rock. Go ahead, give Rock a moment and stuff. You go ahead. No, hold on. Wait. Gracie. Gotta go to fan. Gracie, Rock, then Cyrax. We're going to go in that order. Go ahead, Gracie. And Gracie just went down for a second. She'll be back. Rock, go ahead and rock out.
So what is like, I've been here for like 20 minutes. What's going on? What's the topic? What's up?
Oh, okay.
I've been hearing what you're talking about, but is we still talking about like what's?
You can respond on anything that we've spoken thus far if you want to, but if you want to respond to what we're speaking about currently, can you? Is a person redeemable once you've loved them? And they've, you know, and I'm talking about any kind of relationship, like somebody you've trusted big time, and then they go ahead and break that trust. Can that be redeemable, or do you just scrap the whole thing?
You scrap the whole thing because it's not worth putting any more time and effort into something that's already failed you. If it's failed you once, it's going to fail you again. So if people want to keep investing in people that's going to continuously fail them over and over again, and only realize that when they get caught, because no one's going around snitching on themselves. It's always always information that has to be found out somehow, you know? So no, it's not worth it, dude. It's not worth it at all. I don't deal with it. Just like when I hire people, I tell them, hey, if I'm not going to deal with it from my old lady, I'm not going to deal with it from you. I just fired another person today, you know, because he want to start trying to get an attitude because I want to go sit in the truck when he's doing stupid stuff. I don't want to watch you caulk, bro. If you don't know how to caulk, I don't need you. I don't need to supervise you caulking. So if I can't trust you to caulk something, and then I'm in a relationship with somebody and they lie to me, you think I'm gonna continue on that relationship? That's the definition of insanity. That's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I'm not insane. I haven't been insane since I was like 16. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not worth my time or my effort to put more into that person that already betrayed me and betrayed my trust, betrayed any self-respect they had for themselves by betraying me. So no, cut that thing loose. It's toxic from the beginning, because I consistently walk around and I make sure that I'm going to provide what I need to for my people, and I'm going to protect my people. So if my people are not doing the same thing when they go out into the world, I don't need them on my team.
All right, nah, thank you for that. Okay.
Hold on, let me address something real quick. Hold on. So,
Go ahead,
Black
Sal.
is Cracker, I did ban you from my chat because I didn't know what was going on between you and somebody else. So, yeah, I just seen a bunch of cursing and a bunch of other things, and once I seen that, I just automatically banned you. But you know what I mean? If all
I was on Smitty's chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what was going on, so you know.
He all right. Just so he all right.
Yeah, I know what's going on. So
I think
yeah.
the beauty,
I'm a
in
spectacle,
this,
bro.
Okay. As long as you're respectable, that's all good. That's all I ask. Go ahead.
No,
we good. Let's get over the. No, you all right, Rock. You good?
I'm
gonna keep this thing
spectacle.
peaceful. You good,
Right.
bro? Hit your bong or something. You good, Rock? It's safe over here. Gracie.
I don't even smoke that much
Go ahead and
anymore.
rock out. Get yours in, Gracie.
Okay, so what I have to say on that is I agree with a lot of things that you say that everybody has said, but the fact still remains that you really don't know what you're going to do until you're in that situation. I forgave my ex the first time because why? We had a child together. I still loved him. I invested 12 years in this relationship. I didn't want to be a single mom. I didn't sign up for that shit, but I gave him another chance. And you're right. It was the point of no return because it was never the same. He didn't want to fix it, and for a whole year, I was trying to fix it, and I didn't even do the discretion. But he did it again, and after that second time, you got to go. He had to go, and it is what it is. Once you get that taste of freedom and another woman, he didn't respect the institution of marriage anymore. But I believe in giving people chances because we're not all perfect. If we want to be forgiven, we have to learn how to forgive. But some of us have different tolerant levels, and it's contingent upon the situation that you find yourself in. My son was only 11 years old. I thought about the fact that he's going to need his father when he was a teenager. But then a year later, you do it again. He had to go. Goodbye and good luck.
I got a question though before we get to, but I'm a hold it because I know. Well, matter I'm just gonna ask. Right? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
As long as you ain't singing, I can hear you.
Hey, it may happen. I might do some Delphonics real quick. But listen. No, seriously though. Okay, so this is my question. I always ask women this: if a man is paying all the bills, he's handling all his business, right? You know what I mean? You're taking care of the kids, taking care of you. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? He even helps around the household. He does everything he's supposed to do, right? But let's say he does have a little something on the side. Y'all still leaving this brother?
That's so
I can't
hard,
answer that
though,
question.
because when was the last time? Like, let's be for real. So, I
That
don't
is a
know
loaded
too many
question.
households where the man is the sole provider, bro. Like that's
Not the
just
sole provider. Not the
not.
sole provider.
You
Not the-
said
we
he
don't-
paying for everything. That's sole provider.
No, what I'm saying essentially, whether he's the sole provider or not, he's contributing to the household, right? As it stands. Y'all know the dating market out there. So you want to
Okay.
go back out there with the wolves? You know what I mean?
Well, no,
You
I
already-
mean
you
that
already-
was basically around to my question. Basically, you're basically hinting at it. Like to make it simple, is it easier to stay or go once that's happened? Whether it's business, friendship, or intimate relationship, you can think of you can make your scenario of either one. We're not making this just about love. No, intimate, business, or friendship. Once that's happened, is it easier to work it out or to go?
I'm gonna keep it somewhat G, man, and maybe I'm a little bit off on this, but I don't know. I'm gonna just say this, man. Look for the women out there, man. If you got a man, and maybe I'm a little bit trolling, and maybe I'm a little bit serious, but it's kind of a little mixture of both, right? And I don't want nobody to stay in a relationship where you're not happy. Okay, I will say that. That's me seriously, right? But for the sake of the show, I'll be a little bit entertaining. Now, for me to be entertaining, I'll say this, right? Listen, women, if y'all find a man that's willing to be there for you, right, and he's gonna be in the house, all right, and he's with you, you better hold on to that, man. You better hold on to your love, like in Vogue. All right, you better hold on to your love.
I gotta
okay?
Hold
cut
on
though.
to
Because
your
let me
love.
I gotta cut holes in
go
that
on,
right
Grace.
now.
And hold on, let me say this, right? Because let me tell you something. The love that you give up, another woman will take him, you know what I mean, and bring him right on in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, it's
I
survival.
so I do
Hold on,
I
Smitty. It's survival of the illest out here. It's survival of the illest out here, baby.
man.
You know what I
So
mean?
I
Let's keep
do
it. Let's be
believe
honest.
that us as men too have also come across a good ass women that during our wild days of just freaking and dipping, we didn't missed out on a good ass wife too, bro. I
Oh,
don't
I
look
have.
at that as just one. I'm dead
Yeah,
ass.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
Come on,
I,
Nas. Come on. Say
but
it
I'm
for
not.
him,
I'm
Alan.
not saying we
Real
not.
shit, bro.
I'm
I'm not
That
saying
go
we
for
not.
us
But here's the
too.
thing.
I'm gonna
Here's the
tell
thing.
Not
you.
even on
We
no
can
weak
make.
shit, but
Hold
just
on. Let me say this.
realistic.
Let me
I'm gonna
land
tell
my
you
plane.
what I
Let me land my
did though.
plane. Let
I'm
me
gonna tell
land
you
my
what
plane,
I
though,
did.
family. Let
Okay.
me land my plane. I'm gonna let y'all rock, right? Because we gotta get the Zyrex. I'm gonna get the Zyrex, and we're gonna go back
Yeah.
to
You at
my
the
friend brother
Cyrex,
Alan Taylor,
Alan.
right?
We're gonna get to you on that.
Now listen, right? This is the only thing I'm trying to say, right? Yes, that's true, but we gotta also understand, right? Men are able to make babies until the time that they're not here anymore, right? We have to consider these factors, right? Now, like I said, I'm only being entertaining right now, all right? I'm being entertaining. Please do not take me seriously right now. I'm just entertaining, right? Now,
They can
with
say
that
that
being
shit.
said, if a woman has a man and she finds a man, right, and he is healthy, able, and capable, you better hold on to him as long as you can. All right? Go to counseling, do whatever you can. You know what I mean? Handcuff him to the bed. I don't care. But you better not let that man go. You let him go, he gonna go with somebody else. It's gonna be some lonely days coming. I'm telling you that. Just
It's
keeping it
easy
G.
to fall in some pussy these days, y'all.
I'll let your boy.
All I'm gonna say is you heard the woman. Cyrex, what you got for us?
Zyrex, are you there, family?
You there? Alan, go ahead and rock out until hold on. Is she? You good? Hello? I know
Yeah, can
sometimes
you hear me?
folks be working on this. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can
I'm
hear
so
you,
sorry about
Queen.
that.
No, you good.
No, you're
No.
good.
We used to that shit. Go ahead, rock out. Alan, you next.
Um, well, I'm a stay-at-home mother, and so even though my man takes care of all the bills and stuff like that, if he was to ever cheat on me, yeah, it's a done deal. I don't think I would ever be able to look at him the same as I did if he was, yeah, I don't think I can, because every time I like all I'm gonna see is like him, sleeping around with some other chick, and so yeah, I don't think there's anything that he could do to repair it. Like once the trust is broken, it's done. And I don't care how good of a so-called man he is, because if he was really a good man, then he wouldn't have cheated on me, and that's just my opinion.
Ouch!
Man,
There's a perspective for you.
Man, Dr. King would never have been great, man. I'm telling y'all that for a fact. Dr. King would have never have made it with y'all, man. Lord have mercy.
Of course he wouldn't.
Oh, I so
Of
have.
course he wouldn't.
I appreciate that perspective, Queen.
So the
And
guest superior.
I forget that not everybody thinks the same way sometimes. So that could be my ignorance, but I'm gonna let someone else go because I have something to talk about on that.
We got Alan. So Alan and then Queen, we see you in the building. You go ahead, go after Alan, and then the open. Go ahead, Alan, rock out. Yeah, let us know how you fucked up, bro.
Oh, well, definitely, what I'm saying, in my 20s and stuff like that, I ran across a couple of good ones. And I didn't play with them though. I knew I wasn't wanting to do that and things like that. I really knew that these were actually good women.
You've never broke a heart, Alan. You ain't never broke a heart.
The two I'm talking about, I actually let them go. I knew what I was doing. I was really in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Not just dealing with women, but I was in the actual streets doing street shit, like seriously. And yeah, I was like, nah, you know, I'm not finna play with you like that, you know, because I could tell that, you know what I'm saying, they were serious. They was one, you know, something long term. At that time, my head was in a totally different space, and I just didn't play with them like that. So, you know, I let them go ahead on and go. And, you know, looking back now, I wish I had been not doing what I was doing to be able to accept that good woman and move forward through life, things like that. But it just is what it is, you know, and I suggest that to any young man out there. You know, if you run across a young lady and you know that you're not, you know, ready for the wife that you know, really need or want in life and things like that, you need to let her go. You know, you can't sit around and play with people's emotions and stuff like that. You know, that ruins people. And that's part of the problem that we've been dealing with for so long now, especially in the Black community. We've been ruining each other, you know, because we don't want to let go. We know that these people are good people. We know that these people mean well by us, but we don't want to let them go ahead on and live their lives and find the people that are actually going to get on the same page in the same book that they're reading from at that particular time in life. And it's a very sad situation, but yeah, I went on and let them go, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't finna play around. You know, regardless of what I was doing, I wasn't stupid as a human being. I couldn't do them like that. So.
Well, let me intervene
You just described my whole. Can I say something real quick?
Hold on, I'm gonna let you rock, bro. I'm intervening again. Look, listen, nobody's perfect, all right? Okay. So I know a lot of times y'all watching Disney and everything else and Lifetime or whatever else you're watching, and you just think you're gonna get with somebody and they're never gonna hurt you, they're never gonna betray you, they're never gonna lie. And you listen to Babyface and all that stuff, you think it's gonna all work out that way. Newsflash, people, it's not. Okay? Somebody gonna lie. Somebody gonna have health issues. Somebody may do something. Somebody may cheat or do something egregious. Okay, it's called life. All right, it's what you're willing to put up with. You know what I mean? You know, the great Ruthless Truth talked about that. Hopefully, he can chime in more about that.
Oh my God, this guy.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you got to deal with something, man. You got to deal with something. All right, I'm letting you know that for a fact.
That's kind of what relationships are built about, though. You're gonna have to deal with something. I definitely agree with you on that. You're gonna have to.
That's a fact.
Yeah, don't you get to choose?
Say real quick, Rock, and yeah, I mean you're borging a little bit. Start over, and then Queen, you up next. You up next, beloved.
Is it still messed up?
Hi.
Nah, you good now. You good now. Go ahead, Queen, rock out. Oh no, she dropped off. Sorry. Who the hell is here? Okay, Rock, go ahead. Are you up?
I mean, yeah, I could definitely say I have, you know, passed on some opportunities before, that's for sure. Especially in my 20s, you know, I'm not a bad looking dude. You know, I have a good personality and shit, but I'm not going to invest into something that I don't think is going to pay off. So me in my 20s, dating other women that were 20 years old, especially in my generation, most likely, statistically speaking, if I had a child with that woman, it wasn't going to work out. So my whole 20s was self-development. That's what a lot of men and women need to do. They need to find out who they are so they know what their standards are and what they're willing to deal with and what they're not willing to deal with, what they would do in every situation, not every single situation, but most situations, right? Have some sort of game plan already set out to where when you come across something, you already kind of have an idea of how to work through it if you want to work through it.
Now,
but
can I ask you something, brother? What generation are you part of?
I'm a millennial.
Okay, same as me. I really think, in you know, to kind of chime in with what you're saying too, I really think because I come from a family that's you know, the real traditional type family situation, And the thing of it is that, you know, I think we have a lot of interruptions nowadays that threw our generation off. Because back in the day, let's just say, you know, a man, you were a man when you was 20, 19, 20, 21, you know, 60, something. Dr. King was like 20 something years old leading all these marches and stuff like that. He was not no, you know, 30, 40-year-old man. You know, we have a lot that has messed us up and kind of keeping us basically in a child state, you know, from actually growing up. You know, our ancestors were young people getting married. They were not, you know, we got to figure things out and this and that. And like, no, you don't have to figure nothing out. You're old enough to reproduce. You know what to do. Families were preparing these young people, and it's time for you to get out, build your part of the family so we can add on to the family and we can have a legacy as a family. And I think we're kind of being delayed in this generation here, in this society nowadays. You know, everybody wants to, you know, take their time and, you know, figure things out and what they like and what they don't like. But obviously these people back in the day had something figured out. Their marriages lasted 60, 70 years. Well, we can't even have a marriage that lasts 5 years statistically in today's society. It just boggles my mind to, you know, well, okay. And they went through a lot.
I can give you the answer on that.
Yeah,
I can give you the answer why on that.
I'm gonna chime in first real quick because the panel got to keep going, right? And I'm gonna let you chime in right after I'm done, right? So we gotta keep this in mind, brother Allen, right? Those marriages did last longer. You're right. My grandparents, both my grandparents, both sides, my mom and dad's side, stayed together to dang near death, right?
Right.
So, but my grandfathers also had side hoes and they had drinking problems and everything else.
Yeah.
Right. So, right. The amount of women they putting up with that shit, bro. You know that. You know what I mean? You heard the sister before. She said she ain't putting up with none of that shit. You know what I mean? I'm not speaking for Ruby, though. I didn't say you yet, Ruby. I didn't say you. Now, you know what I mean? With that being said, right? The modern marriages could work. I mean, the traditional marriages could work, but are the women willing to put up with certain things and are the men willing to put up with certain things, right? And the answer really right now is no, we're not, right? We're not willing to put up with certain things. Secondly, right, we had to get things together, and we had to hurry up and grow up because we were trying to survive out here. We had segregation, we had a lot of different things going on, and we didn't have no choice. It was about survival. That survival mentality is over with, right? But you're right, we still should kind of be in a survival mentality because we don't have generational wealth. Right?
Hold on. So you saying the only way black people can stick together is through survival mode?
Let me build, Smitty, right? We don't have generational wealth, right?
Go ahead.
So the time we want to take, we can't take that time, right? So we kind of still be in that mode because we really don't have generational wealth. Other cultures do, right? So they could kind of more take their time and be more freely willy and more liberal or whatever else, right? They can kind of have more of a kind of mindset like that because their family has that wealth, right? But we don't. So I think until we get that, we do have to be in that type of mindset. So I do agree with you, brother Allen. Brother Blackish, you can go ahead after that, and then we got to get to Ruby Doll.
Well, the whole reason I approached life the way I did is because I looked around and I learned from other people's mistakes. And I learned that if you want to build a family, you have to build it on a solid foundation. Also, I know that when you do have a family, you're less likely to take risks. So all this time of my 20s building up, taking the risk of taking the job for more money, to gain more experience, to go further. There's no way I could have done that while having a family. So I could have been stuck. Let's say when I was 25, I was making a certain amount of money when I was 25. I could have got stuck there for the rest of my life because I can't take the chance of this next thing not working out because it's going to affect my family so much. Now, if it's just me and my dogs, you know, and a girlfriend once in a while, then yeah, I can take more risk to improve the foundation that I want to build my family upon. So that's kind of the reason I approached life like I did. And to be truthful, it's worked out. I've always been happy, dude. Like me going to work, I'm happy. There's no problem around that at all. Like if I don't want to go to work on Monday, all I gotta do is say, hey, I don't want to go to work today, and they're gonna be like, okay, bro, you good? You okay? Yeah, I'm good. You ain't sick or anything? Oh no, I'm not sick. All right, we're gonna tell the customer. That's how it goes. So there's no way I could have gotten to where I am today by taking on, you could call it responsibilities, more responsibilities when I was younger by creating a family. So that's my whole point about that. I think people should definitely build themselves up before they try to build anybody else up or to build a family up.
I can see that too.
Okay. So what I want to know is this, right? With all of that being said, can you make it in today's age? Like, okay, so once upon a time, it was a certain way people move in order to, you know, make it through the society and the time in which they lived in. Right. Can you really, truly maintain what is what we would consider traditional and or of the old law in today's society? And I'm talking about right here in America. I ain't talking about if you move somewhere else. Floor is open.
Yeah, if you're patient enough, that's probably the biggest thing in my life is I might not seem like it on the internet, guys, but I'm one of the most patient people, most patient, most understanding, most compassionate, most empathic, or whatever that damn word is right now. I don't really care. People in the world, bro. Empathetic, yeah. Appreciate that. People in the world, because I had to be that way to get to the next spot, you know? So it's really all about building yourself up. Once you're strong enough, you can deal with anything you're willing to deal with, you know? But if you're not strong enough, you're not going to be able to deal with it. You're not going to be able to cope with it. You're just going to crash and burn.
Okay, we're gonna pass the mic to Ruby because you know Ruby is driving. So Ruby, go ahead and say what you got to say, sis, because I know you're driving the ship.
I'll just make it quick. We're all driving this, so thank you for the participation, you guys. I just want to say something real quick with regards to okay, so one of the best advice, the coldest game I've ever gotten was from a 95-year-old Black queen. Her name is Edith Williams, and I used to live with her in South Central LA on 95th Street. So long story short, she would tell, I cried to her one day because her son, who I was in a relationship, was cheating on me. And I just was like, I didn't know who to turn to. My mom wasn't fucking with me. And so it was just like, Mom, I was calling her, we called her Mommy. I was like, Mommy, I don't know what to do. You know, I was a very different person, so I can empathize with my sister girls on a specific mentality. She said, after she reminded me of how out of sight I am, she said, you know, it might be a good idea for you to enjoy some coffee, maybe with another gentleman. That doesn't sound too bad of an idea for me. And she wasn't telling me to go sleep around and mess around on her son. It wasn't that. It was, know your worth. You can still go and you can still get what you need without selling yourself short if you want to be in this monogamous relationship, which I was taking very seriously. And so I could never forget that. And I think that when we share things, I think it's a labor of love. It's a way to express, but it's also important because you take your pain, because you know she definitely knew what the fuck she was talking about. She took her pain and she tried to condense it in a way that it was digestible for me, you know. And so that's just my word of caution when we're giving each other advice and we're sharing stuff. And as long as you're okay with what you want and you know and identify that, then you don't owe anybody explanation. And then you hit the lotto if you can find somebody who wants that same thing.
We have the oh so lovely Don't You Play Yourself Queen in the building. Queen, are you
Woo,
there?
what's up, Queen?
Are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
Okay now. I'm pretty sure you've heard what the question was, or you can respond to what you want. Rock out. The floor is yours.
Well, I wanted to talk. I came up earlier to talk about the perspective of, forgiveness in relationship and being able to heal and get past things. I think you can mistrust. I think nobody's 100% honest. Nobody's 100% transparent. We all lie. We all have hurt people or misled people. So to say that, oh, you've never broke anyone's trust, I don't know. I beg to differ, but that's just me. But I do believe that people can heal from things that happen in relationships, is whether you guys both are willing to put in the work. And if you have to bring it up or refer back to it, then you can't. But I do think that if you are willing to put in the work, I do believe that you can overcome a lot. But I don't think in this mindset we have today, we don't have to. So, back in the days, a lot of times they had to overcome a lot. They had to fight. They had to stick together, or, daddy had away at work, war. I mean, whatever the case may be. So I think when you have the mindset of you don't have to do anything, then, I don't think it will work out. But I believe that you can overcome things. It's whether you're willing to put in the work to overcome it. And a lot of people don't want to do the work. They just want what's easy. So, and that's why we have so many drive-through relationships. Oh, right. You blinking at me wrong? I'll go get the next chick down the block. But you don't realize that you keep getting the next chick. You're not dealing with you. Or you get the next dude, you're not dealing with you. So, yeah.
Lack of accountability.
Somebody's always willing to pull up with a little bit of bullshit. Somebody's always willing to put up a little more bullshit than the previous person. But is that what you want out of life? If that's what you want, go for it. Good luck in life. Have your cake.
Microwave cornbread instead of actually making the real cornbread.
Mm-hmm. And then wonder why you have the C word later.
What's the C word?
Or high blood pressure.
Okay, I hear you.
I don't think C word. I don't know, cholesterol. I don't know. Listen, this is what I want to know, right?
The other one.
I know I'm messing with you. What I want to know is, so I hear a lot of these things spoken, and I'm gonna be honest with you. As a man that definitely I want to be a husband, and I hear a lot of things that's very discouraging. And so I'm just saying, are we at the point where, would you say most of society agrees that it's better to just go ahead, I guess you can say, be common law, rabbit ears, as opposed to actually jumping the broom? Like, are we getting to the point where actually jumping the broom is becoming obsolete? Like flip phones and VHS. I digress. My mic is muted.
Now hold on, Brother Smith. Black folks always jump the broom. Jumping the broom is still a good thing. That's totally different than you adding in the state into your significant life. Once you go down to the courthouse and get those papers and you're signing documents, you two people are actually signing documents to invite the state into your situation as, a married couple.
Just like child support.
Right. If a woman never goes down to claim child support, because she could get certain type of benefits and things like that, then the government is not going to be in your business at all. Period. They're not. So, you know, we're making conscious decisions to go down and get these pieces of paper that, you know, marriage certificates and things like that. You know, when back in the day, the slaves, they never got a certificate. They jumped the broom. That's what jumping the broom started, you know, and things like that. You know, it used to be, you know, long as you're pastor of the church that you and your spouse belonged to together, the unit, which was also the community, got together and the pastor married you. The state was never involved in these things. Not until recently the state got involved, you know, especially after was it Reagan? President Reagan had the no-fault divorce come in and things like that. They started trying to make people actually go down and get marriage licenses. You know, you needed a license to marry. You know, you go back, you know, really 70 years ago, you didn't need a license in order to get married. Your pastor would marry you. And that was just it. You know, you didn't need a state license in order to marry. They started adding that in to kind of keep up with people, keep up with numbers, stuff like that, be able to, you know, they added on, you could get certain tax benefits from being married through the state, stuff like that. So they, you know, it's all a trick in the game, you know, and that's what happened with this marriage situation.
But I'll say this, right? I think the way relationships are done, is age specific, right? So if you have anybody that's below the age of 30, they're gonna date completely different than us who are 30 and over.
Right.
If you're 30 and over, you're gonna date completely different, right? But we're not dating like the old school cats either, though. The old school cats, the old heads, they date completely different and get married completely different than we do, right?
What, they courted better?
Huh?
They courted better?
No, they just did they did things differently. I won't say it's better.
The whole process was different.
Maybe.
Yeah, because they didn't have technology. You know what I'm saying? We invented technology, so we're gonna approach it differently. We the generation of the Zuckerbergs and the Elon Musk and all that. That's us, right?
I think we perfected it, but I think they got the ball rolling. But go ahead though. I get you though. I get you. My bad. I get you though.
Yeah. So the old heads do things one way. Us who are middle aged, we do things one way, and the young kids, I don't know what they do. I'm not gonna pretend like I understand because I don't. They have their own rules, right? So because they're making their own rules, it seems like by the day and by the hour, right? Then relationships are gonna be different based on your age and based on just how you grew up, right? So the things that me and you and Smitty we exposed to, and the rest of us who are like middle aged, the things that we're exposed to, is gonna be different if we speak to an old head or to a youngin. They're gonna say something completely different, both of them. And now we all may agree on certain things, right? Which can happen, but it's all based on your age and basically your demographic. That's what I think.
You know why? The old heads are not in control anymore. Listen, look, the old heads used to be in control until they actually died. You wasn't finna dispute what Big Mama corrected the chicks in the family. She kept them in line. Baby girl, that skirt a little bit too short. You need to go there and put some clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Big Daddy, he didn't sit there and allow his sons to sit around all day, you know, not doing anything. You know, I grew up with the men in my family, man, on Saturday, as a young cat, you need to get up and out here and do something. Cut some grass. You finna do something. You're not finna sit around this house on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And I would be like, well, why am I moving these bricks? Every Saturday, one of my grandfathers would get me up and do something. If which grandparents I went to visit, things like that. You know what I'm saying? My parents took me to stuff like that. But no, it's just, you know, it was like, no, you're not finna sit around and not do anything. You know, and since the community is basically destroyed, you don't have men around to keep these young men productive and to keep them at a heightened level to where they know how to, you know, get up every day, do something, you know what I'm saying, to make themselves better people. And you don't have any of the elder women to keep these young women in line. you know, and to keep them from walking around every day with, you know, basically the night lady's uniform on. Every day, chicks walk out with the night lady uniform on all the time. Now we've come to a point to where men are desensitized to seeing women. We don't even have our male imagination about women anymore. If you really think about it, we don't.
Nah, yeah, because everything is shown. I ain't gonna lie. It's nothing to fantasize about.
Man, it used to be a treat to wonder what Keisha had up under that skirt. It used to be a treat. It ain't no more. You so desensitized to that's the reason why men can nowadays go MGTOW or monk mode. And it's easy to do that now because we seeing it every day.
I like to interject something in here, and I hear you guys saying, and I agree.
Go ahead, Ruthless. Go ahead. Then after that, I got a question real quick. I mean, after that, you know, y'all rock out. Go ahead.
This is the reciprocation of civil rights movement. Eventually, a place where this is the way these people. This is the way they see. This is the way they like it. This country is ran on a government regulated system, right? And black people, instead of trying to do it away, we ran too. We want to vote, and now all the people we vote for are passed all these type of things, and these women get stronger and stronger. All women rights, feminism, LGBTQ in the classroom, right? They got the rainbow flag, like it's just a thing to do, right? This is what your fathers, your mothers works for. This is the paying in full. So at this point, you got to accept it, right? Because there's no turning back now. You know, we had a debate with the brothers on the panel the other day. They're talking about I'm American.
Oh, sure. The box is open.
And I'm really looking at them like, do you not see what type of evil this country is? They don't even like black people. For real. Yet we still want to participate in their jungle, and we want to be a part of them, and then we turn around and complain and say, well, we don't like the way y'all teaching this homosexuality stuff. Or we like the way you let out this sexual liberation thing. Oh, why'd y'all give them so many rights? And they're looking at us like we don't really care what you think. This is how we rolling over here in America. So you either with it, or you get out the way. So I understand, and once again, I agree. I don't like all this. I'll be honest, the imagination used to be able to wonder what a woman looks like in that reserved outfit. That was so attractive to me because it was like, damn, now I'm looking at her personality more instead of her ass, right? Now those are changing, right? Now it's damn, I can't help it. Why you keep looking at my ass? Because it's there, right? But this is what our forefathers fought for. This is what they took. All them dogs attacked them on Plymouth, right? This is what they fought for. This is what they begged America for, to be a part of this atrocity.
Mm-hmm.
It's burning out. It's burning out. And I'm gonna land the plane.
I wanted to say something.
I'm gonna land the plane. And I'm
floor's open. Yeah, no. You're okay, Ruthless. You're good, Ruthless. It's okay. Rock out, Ruthless. Go ahead. And then who was that? Was that Queen or Cyrax? Was that you? Oh, Queen, go ahead. Yeah, you got next. And then okay, I got you, beloved. Go ahead, Ruthless.
So bottom line is, right, this country has bought our women from us. They sold and took our women from us. They're taking our family from us, the kids, right? Giving kids can be whatever they want to be, right? And they can come out and say, I'm a woman. And if you do not comply, you can die, right? So this is what's happening. This is what's going on. They took from us what we once cherished. Now we have to suffer the repercussions. I digress.
Okay, Queen, it's all you. It's all you, beloved.
I wanted to say to Alan Taylor's point about jumping the broom and getting the license. And unfortunately, it's set up where a lot of times as a married couple or a common law marriage, or you've been together for so long, If you don't have that license and that piece of paper, you can lose all the benefits of the person if someone passes away. I know someone whose father passed away, and the mom and dad were never married. They've been together for over 40 some years. And when he passed, she didn't get she didn't get nothing from him. She didn't get any of the benefits of him working and retiring, nothing, because they said, you're not his wife.
Thank you.
So, I mean, he gave her what he could.
Let me ask you a serious question here, because yeah, I got something for that. Did at that point, before he passed, you know what I'm saying, like, did he structure a will in his life? Did he have a will? Because I have a will. You see, this is the responsibility as men. We also have to think about providing while we're living and also providing when we're gone. And these is one of the things that we definitely need to understand. I have a will. I have instructions, regardless of who I'm married to or not married to, legal or not. I have instructions of who I want what to go to.
No, I'm talking about like his Social Security and his stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Can't have a will for that.
You can't have a will for Social Security.
The Social Security will say, they said, you are not married to him. You do not.
Maybe it's state to state, y'all. Maybe it's state to state.
It's state to state. Maybe it's state to state. But they told her,
that's not what my lawyer told me.
You are not getting the benefits. You are not getting the benefits because you are not married. So that's why it's important to know what the laws are in your state. Certain states it's okay, but certain states it's not okay. So unfortunately, if you don't have that piece of paper, you can lose out on, and now here you are on a fixed income when you had two incomes and he worked his behind off to make sure you were good. Now you don't get anything. And if you don't put the person on the stuff from your job, they won't get it as a beneficiary, you know? So just because they're married, you know, like you got to go through all this red tape, and it's, you know.
So that doesn't have anything to do with marriage, though. That has everything to do with Black people not doing paperwork.
Estate planning.
No, I said I'm talking about Social Security and stuff like that, and it does have to do with the state where I live. If you are not married to that person, you will get nothing from them, no matter how long you've been with them.
You won't get their Social Security?
No, you won't, because you're not a wife.
Yeah, you don't get other people's Social Security after they die.
But you're not.
She's talking about the money part.
I'm talking about. Never mind. I'm talking about.
I grew up in a family that
never mind.
Half my family was on Social Security.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let her
let's relax. Let's relax.
Yeah, she was.
We good.
No,
we
it's
good,
all,
baby. We good.
Right.
We good up in here.
And I also, I'm not going to talk about that no more. Because, you know, or the benefits from your job, whatever. Some states you have to be a wife. You cannot be a girlfriend. You're not going to be a long-term partner. That's facts. I deal with it every day at my job. Second of all, I would like to say that, unfortunately, yes, like you said, Big Mama and Big Daddy, you know, when they came in the room, people acted different. So because they're no longer here, we can't keep saying that, oh, things are just going to be the way they are. What are you going to do? So I'm a mentor. I work in the field. I do, you know, I'm a social worker. I work several hats. And so even on my off days, I'm still working somewhere, right? So in that aspect, I'm always in the community, and there is a community. It may not be as strong as it once was, but there is community. There are people who are like-minded, going for the same thing, pushing for change, and pushing to make a difference. And I'm a part of that crowd. I'm not going to sit around and say what's not there, because I see it. It's there. It may not be as big, but it's there. And also, if you want people to act better, stop rewarding bad behavior. It's just like children. It really is that simple. You want the thoughts to stop being thoughts? Stop praising them being thoughts. Y'all praise them, that's why they continue to be thoughts. The younger girls see the other girls winning.
Where's the lie?
The younger girls see the other girls winning as they walk around half naked. They see them walking around with the Louis Vuitton, the Balenciagos, the red bottoms. They see them winning, going on trips. So what you think they're going to do? They're going to follow that route.
Right.
See, how many times do you whistle at someone who's fully clothed conservatively, or do you holler at the girl with the big booty, BBL, half naked? So you got to ask yourself, that's on you too. What are you promoting? Are you promoting the girls who are trying to do something? Because they're out there. It's plenty of them out there. They're out there every day, but they're the plain Janes. They're not the fun chicks. They're not the ride or die chicks. They're not the girl on a good time swing around a pole chicks. But see, that's the ones a lot of men, y'all praise them. So that's why they keep going after these fields, these avenues. That's why you got women who could barely pay their rent, but they got the weaves down their back because y'all keep hollering at the chicks with the lace front and the weave down her back instead of the girl with the braids or the afro, because you might make fun of that. She got the fake hair that look like roadkill. You know what I mean? That look like roadblock.
She's totally wrong.
But that's the one you praise.
Yeah, hey, Rufus, I knew you would do that. Look, I've never don't. All right,
and
so
the
look.
eyelashes that look like little raccoon, but she blinking, you looking.
You're totally wrong, Queen.
Okay, before I get to this question, Rufus, you have 60 seconds. Why is she wrong? And then we're moving on to the next topic. Let's go.
Men already expressed to women, we don't want the long lashes. We don't want all that. We like it reserved. But y'all don't care what we want.
Ruthless, is it not true that men got OnlyFans up to where it is now?
No, yes. But what I'm saying is, for the women that we're courting to marry, we don't need them with lashes. We don't need them to be like that. That was getting very difficult to tell between the 304s and the conservative ones because they all dress alike, right? They all showing their stuff off. Everybody getting a little bit of the party. So women don't really care about what men think. They're doing it for themselves and to compete with the other women. That's it. And that money. Those are things that they care about. Men, women are just need us just maybe for a sperm bank or just financial culpability. Other than that, if you can't provide them two things to them, then they don't need a man. I digress.
If a woman tells you she doing what she do because she want to look good in the mirror, she's a damn lie. We all want attention. Right. Everything we do, we want attention. So let's not get it twisted. You may not admit that you want that attention, but you want a compliment. You got on a new pair of shoes. Damn it, you want somebody to see them and say, I like your shoes. So let's not get it twisted. Let's not sit on this YouTube streets and lie and cap. Women do what they do because they want attention, they want praise, and they want to come up. Men do what they want because they want a woman, they want attention, they want praise, and they want to come up. We do what we do because we want attention. Even animals do that.
So why is it when a
peacock does raise its feathers?
Whose feathers are brighter? Come on. So what I'm saying to you is not true. It's not true. Women don't get dressed every day for themselves. Yes, they may have a self-esteem issue and say, wow, I look really nice today or whatever else. But when I walk outside, you best believe I would like someone to
I got
come.
you,
if I
Alan.
just did my hair, I want someone to say to me, wow, I like your hair.
Yeah, he
Your hair
froze.
looks
He froze.
nice.
He'd be back.
Pretty smile. So it's not true. That's not true.
Okay. All right.
Can we hear from Zyrax and Ruby Doll? I know they just unmuted themselves, so go ahead.
Oh no, yeah. If you got something to say, go ahead, get it in. It ain't no rush or whatever. But yeah, once y'all done or whatever, yeah, I got the million. I have the $1 million question for the night.
That's
the
right.
$1 million question.
Queen Zyrax.
No, go ahead, Smith. Go ahead.
Come on now, it's double dutch. Both of y'all can't be turning the rope. Somebody jump in there and
Oh, my
do
bad.
things.
Okay,
There we go.
I'm sorry. I had some hot chips in my mouth. I had to take it out. But I wanted to say that I just want to emphasize that it's okay that we don't all want the same thing. Even though I peep game to what Mrs. Williams was trying to teach me in that moment. Like I had to unlearn a lot of the things that my parents were trying to teach me. And so right now, I've never been more interested in obtaining the right relationship. I just don't want a relationship. I want the right relationship. And so, but what does that mean? That might mean that I want something that my sister doesn't want, but that's fine. My only point is identify what you truly want. And if you don't want your partner to step out or do something, then you have to make that clear. Now, one thing that I clown on a lot, excuse me, is community dick, because community dick is usually married dick. So you're never going to be able to control where somebody's going to be spending their time. And as somebody who was a dignified side girl, honestly, I wrote a whole ebook about my experiences in poetry form. It's a real thing. Like it's like, y'all know, in Japanese culture, they have like, homes where you can go to, and they have geishas there that entertain. So I think that's one example of how a culture is understanding of the nature of the species, and there's ways around that. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to share that. And so as a person who is even open with my sexuality, I know what the deal breakers are for me now. And it usually has nothing to, this is also what I was gonna say, my bad. I'm so over the concept of just marriage, and I'm more interested on village. So my main thing is like, how is my village gonna be? If Ruby passed away this night, how does my village still maintain and prosper? And I think that's more of the shift that I personally wanna take.
Okay. All right. Cyrus, go ahead and go ahead, get in there. Beloved, what you got?
The only thing I want to say is I feel like we don't value. I'm sorry, she just got done saying that she's over marriage, but then I was gonna say something about marriage. I feel like we don't value marriage anymore. I feel like we keep resorting to doing them the minimal survival need, when we have the capacity to think beyond our own selfish wants. We don't practice sustainability. We just I feel like we just go off of whatever we feel, and then animal instincts. I feel like we just resort to that, and then we don't, I don't know, I just feel like we don't focus a lot on what we want and need from each other. I feel like we need to be more more open, and just I don't know. I mean, I've been married for 12 years, and so this new, hearing about all these problems that these people are having, it's very confusing. Because now I'm hearing that men aren't they don't want to get married no more, and so it's like, okay, so when you're just gonna shack up with a chick, or what are you gonna do? And I guess that's what
say that they're just gonna go ahead and skeet and just keep moving around, and then we got a bunch of unwanted babies, and then taxes go up because child support's needed, and food stamps and everything else. But whatever, go ahead, rock out.
But I thought that was the big problem that we were having, right? A lot they were complaining about baby mamas, and a lot of kids being raised not in a nuclear family and stuff, and then yet you're gonna turn around and perpetuate that very problem. I don't understand. I thought we were trying to fix that problem. I thought we were supposed to bring people together, get married, raise kids in a 2-parent household. I thought that was the goal, but I don't know, people are talking two sides of their mouth. So okay, I'll stop here.
I think the problem is just, let me say something real quick, and then I'm gonna let you go at it. So to Christopher J. I think the problem is this, right? I think, here's the thing, right? We know in society we have freedoms now, right? That's clear, right? We have freedoms and we have more freedom, right? So I love the fact that sister's been married for 20 some odd years. You know what I mean? And that she has a, she has a marriage and she has a stable family. I salute you on that, Zyra.
Get it,
Definitely
Queen.
salute you. You know what I mean? The only thing I'm saying is this: is that since we know people are gonna get their freak on no matter what, right? That's gonna happen. We all gonna get our freak on in somehow, some way. Most of us, right? If not all of us. You know what I mean? There are some communities where they're asexual, or they live, based on Christianity or Muslim principles or whatever, right? You know what I mean? Salute as well, right? We all know that if people are getting a freak on, what do they need to learn? They need to learn how to be responsible when it comes to intimacy, right? We don't have a responsibility when it comes to intimacy anymore. So now you have people, of course, making a bunch of babies, or you have people giving out diseases because people are not protecting themselves, right? So and a lot of them don't know how to protect themselves. A lot of them don't know how to use protection, right? So why don't we start educating, even grown people, right? This is not just for children. There's some grown people who don't know how to do this. So why don't we start educating people on how to protect themselves and how to protect each other instead of, just telling people that they can't do something or that they shouldn't do it. Because they're going to do it regardless, right? Because they have the freedom to do it. They're not going to go to jail for knocking somebody down and smashing somebody. You know what I mean? They're not going to jail for that. So if we know that, why don't we just teach them responsibility? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the biggest thing. We got to teach people how to be responsible so they're not spreading, STDs or STIs, you know what I mean? And that they're not creating a whole bunch of babies. So.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I really want to know. All right. So
it was on Ruby Doll, Smitty, my bad.
Oh, I just wanted to clarify because I didn't want to
go
be
ahead.
confusing. First of all, I do believe in the marriage. I think that now more than any, I'm open to that concept. However, society drills us from when we're very young as women that that's what we need to aim for, but they don't give us necessarily the tools of how to be realistic. In fact, we're very delusional as women. We think that this person owes us anything. And at the same time, we forget that we're all capable of falling short. So I think one thing that will help is if we stop with the delusions and we understand more of human nature. Monogamy, y'all are going to hate me for this, but it's a byproduct of societal norms. It's not, we know that, right? Some may know that, some might not. But what I'm saying is community for a person who's actually single right now, who's considering different options, my focus has to be more community based. It can't be like, oh, I need to find one husband that's just going to love me and answer all my problems. No, I need to build a community. And within that community, should I find somebody that matches my spirit and my values, and we can have a very realistic relationship where I understand that my man might want to touch another booty. What does that mean for me, and how can we Venn diagram this to where Rue can benefit too? Because I want to touch a booty too.
It's some men that'll love you for that.
I want to touch a booty too. So it's like, rather than being like, oh yeah, my man better not touch nothing, it's like, no, he's gonna want to eventually. But then again, let's be real. How can we both benefit? Now, if you're not into that, then that's just what you are.
What she's speaking to, though, and what Ruby Doll is speaking to, and I agree with her, she's speaking to the very nature of men and women, right? We're not talking about morale. We're talking about nature, right? So morale and nature are two different things, right? And we get them conflicted, right? Now, sometimes we want our morale and nature to match, right? And at times they can, right? At times they can. But for the most part, they're gonna always kind of be at war with each other, right? Because in nature is like man procreates with women, right? For the most part, right? We know the other communities out there, and I'm not slighting them at all. So if you're LGBTQ plus A, whatever you are, I'm not slighting you, right? I'm just speaking on just basic nature from what I understand. Basic nature is men and women get together, right? So yes, naturally, yes, a man is gonna want to be with a woman, woman's gonna be with a man from what we understand naturally, right? You know what I mean? And other communities as well, right? So with that being said,
I'm sorry.
With that being said, right? You know what I mean? If we know naturally we're gonna be drawn to the opposite sex, or maybe some of us the same sex or whatever, right? then if we understand that, you know what I mean, we have to understand now we got to be responsible based on that, right? So that's why I was talking about being responsible when it comes to our intimate life, right? But also, yes, you know, some of us do have a set of morals that we live by, which is nothing wrong with that, right? So I think both we have to have an understanding of, and we have to have an acceptance of, right? But we have to be responsible in either one. You know what I mean? And I think that I just think from what Ruby is talking about, I think she, like I said, I think she's talking about like just bare minimum, how everybody feels and thinks anyway, right? Because we all are gonna see somebody that we like, whether we're in a relationship or not, and we're gonna be attracted. We know that already. But but are we gonna be responsible with those desires, and are we gonna be responsible of how we react to that? So I'll land my plane there. Anybody can react.
Yeah, but should we give into every impulse? I mean, again, like I said, we do, you know, there's a reason why we're on top of the food chain, right? We have a thought process. We have the ability to think beyond just our so-called nature, right? And so I feel like, you know, yeah, although we may, sleeping around may be so-called nature, it's natural, you know, I feel like, you know, we have the ability to curtail our impulses and to not act on our impulses for the better.
Well, that's why I haven't shot motherfuckers yet. That I wanted to. It's the same thing. Like,
yeah, no, sis,
a lot
right.
of people
Like,
wouldn't
okay,
be here, man.
y'all both are right, but we have to understand, right? Now, yes, we don't have to give into every impulse, right? But as Ruby was saying, the monogamy that we know is a society standard, and somewhat a religious standard too. That society has adapted in a lot of ways. But as we know, they're changing the rules in the government, so now you can kind of marry whoever you want, and you know, and soon the number of the people you marry is going to change as well, because they'll probably introduce poly relationships within, I'll say, the next government term, right? So the next presidential term, I'm guaranteeing that poly relationships will be legal. I'm guaranteeing it, right?
But hold on. Let me ask this question. Let me ask this question about this.
Hold on, let me answer. I'm almost done, right?
Go
My
ahead,
thing
bro.
is this, right? Now, we know in certain aspects, right? In certain countries, right? Poly is a society norm, right? You know what I mean? This is what they practice. Countries in Africa and whatever, they practice that, right?
That's a
You know what I
totally
mean?
different thing, bro. I don't think
No,
you're
but
explaining
what I'm
that
saying,
right.
is that's a society standard that they have, right? They live by different rules than we live by. You know what I mean? Certain countries don't even eat the same foods that we eat, right? So of course they don't practice relationships the same way we practice it. So if we are comfortable being in monogamy, right, which most of us are, well, I'm not speaking for Ruby doll. Let me not speak for her, right? A lot of us are, right? So with that being said, you know what I mean? What she's saying is actually true. We have adapted to society norms that we have been taught, right? If we were taught how to be poly and we lived in Africa, then we wouldn't even be speaking about this. We wouldn't even care about no monogamy. But yeah, go ahead, y'all.
All right, so listen, first of all,
Well, that's
a
not
lot of
true.
what you're speaking about, let me say this real quick. A lot of what you're talking about, so, okay. Yeah, we talking about certain parts of Africa when you're in, sometimes even in modes of desperation as far as population, these things can come into play. We are in no desperation of anything that I can think of here. So look, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch this. When you're talking about like other countries and stuff, see, what I recognize is this: a lot of people who talk about that, they only look at the poly aspect as far as more sexual gratification. Shit, what? It's a man, 2 women. Oh shit, who that nigga over there? I don't know, but we all gonna fuck. See,
No, that's not what I meant, bro.
Nah. Listen, so we not even gonna play these games, dog. Majority people when they
No, but
think
that's
about.
not. But
Let
that's
me
not what I
finish,
meant.
dog. Let me just hold on. I got you, dog. Let me just trust me. A lot of people don't realize when it comes to a lot of these things, and what you're speaking about overseas is not poly. They don't say that. It's called a harem. It's different. And it's rules involved. And a lot of people do not be talking about what really the rules to this shit consist of. The way it's described in a manner in which it's like, oh yeah, shoot, you know, dick and pussy everywhere. No, bruh, chill. It's a whole order to even that. And I'm not even in that lifestyle. I'm with one woman. I'm in a monogamous relationship with one woman. I am going to be with one woman until them wheels fall off. Hopefully they don't no time soon, goddammit. But yes, that's what I'm into. That's my, you know, upbringing and what I know. But what I'm saying is this. This is the question I want to ask about that. So look, right? We all know that we need to reproduce in order to keep society going. I really want to know this question. Do we really think that it's healthy to have children in these poly relationships growing up? So I'm saying we're gonna have this, and like who, like how do we describe who's who and what and everything else? And I swear on life, if somebody tell me everybody's mommy and daddy, I swear I'll shut this bitch down. Hold on. Okay, so listen. I'm just saying, what is exactly the move when it comes to children? Can we have children in poly relationships, and is it healthy? I don't get floors open.
Well, they do that. They do that, right?
Real quick, because I've actually had this opportunity before. Have any of y'all had this opportunity before?
I have.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me just say this real quick, right? Because I got a rebuttal what Smitty is saying real quick. So my thing is this, right? I never said that they didn't have rules when it came to those countries, right? Of course they have rules and they have standards, right? Just like in monogamy, there's rules and standards. So it's rules and standards on any plane, right? So my thing is that only thing I'm saying is that we know what we're taught, right? Just like if you lived in one of those, because they have societies like this.
So you're agreeing with Smitty?
No, yeah. In actuality, I'm
agreeing with him,
right? I'm agreeing with
him
because this is my thing, right? You're only doing what you're taught and what you know how to do, right? Like they have those islands, right? Those deserted islands where they have villages where you can't disturb them, right? There was a guy who tried to go over there and preach the Bible, and he wound up getting killed, right? He wound up getting deleted, right? Those people deleted him because, you know, they are, you know, they're more of like a tribe, you know what I mean? And they don't, you know, people are told not to interact with them because they don't have no technology, and they're living, you know, basically a nomadic kind of prehistoric type of lifestyle, right? So they only know what they know in their lifestyle, right? So because we know what we know, that's what we do and that's what we're taught. And yes, each system, no matter if it's monogamy, poly, nomadic, whatever, every system has its rules and guidelines. Everything has a code. You know what I mean? So with that being said, that's how people live their life. But we're gonna go to Ruby Doll first, then Blackish you right after her.
Okay, I just wanted to speak real quick as somebody who does identify as being poly and who has a village set up, but who also is not in a romantic relationship right now. I don't have a romantic, but I have a village. What does that mean? That means that I had a baby out of wedlock. I'm gonna take it up a notch, and because of a very frivolous lifestyle. That's why there's levels to this. So I was pretty much just sleeping around. It wasn't no village. I was just doing that. I didn't know who the father was. So what happened was I turned to my village, in which my sister, who never had kids, is the other parent to this child. I'm still the mom. She's the other mom. And then her husband is the dad. Okay, so we obviously aren't sleeping with each other. So I just want to keep the sexual aspect apart from the beauty that a village type of setting can be. Just okay. In retrospect,
so you saying it's better for multiple parents?
No,
more than two.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that because of the byproduct of my trauma. I had to turn to the village to find the solutions. Now, it would be the same thing if I was married to the love of my life and he unfortunately passed away. I'd have to figure out what the fuck to do. So what I mean by saying that is because with this village mindset, also I'm open with my sexuality, so there's another layer. I might have different perspectives where a poly lifestyle only makes sense due to the way that I think and the way that my ancestors have thought, not because we needed kids for the plantation or to grow the coconut trees, but because we needed a legacy behind. Just because I am a man, I don't tie myself to a man doesn't mean that I can't have my own legacy as well. So I'm saying that there has been significant benefits that have come with me being openly polyamorous and at the same time being able to be a single woman while having a polyamorous mind.
So basically, you allow.
It's not going to be linear.
Basically, what it boils down to is you allow other people to pay for your mistakes.
That could be a Western way of looking at it. I've learned that the more that I do the American way, the more I'm away from my own natural roots, and the more I'm practicing in an area of greed and fear.
To be with one person, I'm just asking, but look, I love it. Speak your mind, beautiful. To be with one person is greedy.
No, I'm talking about this gentleman's question about my mistakes.
It wasn't a question, it was a statement.
Yeah, well, I took it as a question and I elaborated on it as that. So this is the thing. We all see different things from lenses. Someone might call me or whatever.
I'm gonna go ahead and talk for a few minutes before I get off here. But I've actually been approached once or twice with that perspective of being with multiple women. And you know what it always boils down to is they made some sort of mistake and they want you to come in there and pick up all the pieces and put them together.
That's an American way to look at it.
Dude, that's the facts of the matter. That's the facts of the matter.
The way that
that's the facts of the matter. Because if a man would be doing it, that's exactly what you'd be telling the man. Oh, you want me to pull you together and put your life together? You're.
And there's some things there's some conversations I can't have with people that don't have the same perspective, particularly, unfortunately, a privileged perspective. So you would never understand me, brother. And I can talk to you until I'm blue in the face.
I'm privileged. I have a privileged perspective.
You have a judgmental one.
Maybe I have a grounded perspective that's rooted in morals and my character and my name.
Well, I hope you never make a mistake ever, and I hope that your children never make mistakes either, because they won't have very much leeway.
I hope not. Yeah, I hope not. Yeah, I don't think I've ever made a mistake when it comes to my body. Yeah, I really don't. Maybe smoking weed and cigarettes and stuff, but no, not creating a child and not having things set up to where I can for sure make sure I take care of the child without leaving the burden on someone else. Even if they're more than willing to, it's taking time away from them, and it's taking time away from they can be building their own family up.
You would never understand it because you don't see a certain depth.
No, it's because you're coming from the perspective that you was sleeping around, you had a kid, and now that you're going to fall back on your plan.
Yeah. And it happens
You're-
all the time, yo. I'm saying society does a number, and you're actually the way that you're coming at me is very indicative of what the society is and why I have such a rebellious nature.
No,
And
it's not.
I
It's
love
not
it. Give me
indicative at all.
some more
No,
because
it's not. It's not
also
indicative at all what
accentuates
society
why
does.
I should do this.
Because a lot of people allow you to do what you do and don't say anything out about it, like I'm saying right now. What are you talking about? I'm society. Are you serious right now? Are you for real?
You're the wrong part. You're the wrong perspective because you're coming from it at a very narrow
Am I the part of society that?
That's why I think that some people don't have the right to speak on deep subjects.
So I'm in the wrong because I'm trying to hold people accountable for their actions.
You are in the wrong because you can't do that because you don't have that power, young man.
I just did.
Well,
hold on, y'all. Hold on.
To say, yo.
Hold on, pause. We're gonna be respectful. All right, let everybody share their perspective. We're gonna be respectful. All right, we may not agree, but we're gonna be respectful. Thank you.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you, Soap. I'm eating pie, man. I was just gonna get in there. Look, we're gonna move on to the next topic. Cut all that. All right. Cool beans. Y'all had y'all moment. Let's get back to normal. All right. This is what I want to know.
I wish society was like me. The world would be a lot better place.
Respect to you. Respect to you, Rock.
Very subjective.
Okay. What I want to know is, and you know what? This right here, and that was such a beautiful segue because the question I have.
Hell yeah.
Societal unity. Societal unity. Out of these four, is it dead? Is it dying? Is it thriving? Or is it surviving? Okay. So that's what I want to know right now. Societal unity.
I think it's definitely oxymoronic because we have people coming up here saying that we as men need to stop hollering at these chicks in these short booty shorts, but yet we're supposed to accept that normal behavior is having children out of wedlock than allowing other people to take care of them. Yeah, I think it's dying, bro.
Apples and
It's
oranges.
dead. It's dead on arrival.
Semantics.
It's dead on arrival because if I'm the only
we can
one that's
debate
speaking
all
out
day,
about
boy. You're gonna reveal yourself and your shallowness.
go ahead and interrupt me, woman. You can't be quiet for 5 minutes.
Let's do it, woman.
Are you upset by something I said?
You just sound. Oh no, I'm not upset. I love it.
So why can't you shut up for 5?
It makes me sound better. Thank you, this motherfucker. Oh, I love it. Let me have it. The more he speaks, the more it solidifies what I'm saying. That's all I gotta say. Y'all can see it for yourself. And some people do not. Okay, I'm gonna say this, okay? And this is gonna be from a place of just straight up, just human shit, man. No one can tell me about me. No one can sit here and no one should be able to tell you about you. You know what I'm saying? I make many mistakes. I probably admitted to more sins to these strangers than I need to. I don't need to say shit, but I do it because it's a perspective. I want to give a real perspective. We don't know all the answers up here. As smart as Smitty and Mr. Best are, they don't know all the shit over here. But what we can do, the only thing we can do is pull from our own personal experience. The only person on here, unfortunately, in that question was me, because I'm actually living that shit. So when you ask a question, who is actually living that shit, and you don't like what I had to say because it triggers you and because your lens is so narrow, you see that shit? I ain't even gotta argue, and I don't argue with children, and I don't argue with people that are dead.
Yeah, to make it clear to anybody watching and listening over here, when it comes to perspective, there is no right or wrong. There is only yours. Okay?
Exactly.
That's it. Rock out.
Thank you. And even though my blood's boiling and I could say, man, fuck that, whatever. Yeah, that's the human part of me. But the person who I fuck with for real is sitting here like hugging on myself, like, girl, you speak your truth. It don't even matter anyway. We're at a beautiful place. My children have never been happier because I'm not crying every day. I'm not in a relationship where somebody is literally fucking with me like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not putting my value in something outside of me. Let me take that back. The value is something that's greater than me, and that's connected to my divine sources. That's connected to my ancestors. My ancestors lived this way that I'm telling you. They're not, don't think of my worldly shit. Think of like where the heart and the mind is. Where is your spirit? What have you learned from your fuck ups? We're all gonna fuck up. And for anybody to sit on here on some high pedestal saying that you don't fuck up, you the biggest bullshitter there is. So I ain't gotta say nothing more to that.
With that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. You all have a good night.
I love y'all.